people, you are very welcome to another episode. I think this is like the 8th episode, but you are very welcome, and we're always here to inspire, to help mothers enjoy motherhood, to walk the journey together. So in case you're a mother and you're out there and you feel you have something to share, you can always check in. My links are always there. But also, my name is Priscilla Sanyu, and here with me I have a guest. We're talking about something totally different from what you've had before. So, and my guest will introduce herself. Mrs.
Hi, my name is Karungi Deborah, Mrs. Kumakech Karungi Deborah Mutsonyiwe. Kati, I run an interior decor shop, as you can see. I'm also the proprietor of Teas and Bows, a decor company that does weddings. We do wedding planning, we do decor, and we also organize events. Yeah. Then I also run a small cloth shop. It's not so big, so I won't call it a fashion house. Equatorial Shopping Mall, Shop 195. My interior decor shop is in Equatorial as well, Shop 183. For the interior decor shop, we not only have items for sale, but we also do consultation. We consult on home decor, we organize your homes. We also we refurbish homes, small spaces, even large spaces. We go as far as hotels. So you can contact us on that.
How do you keep your dreams alive? For example, you're married and then you had those dreams, and you know when you get married, a lot happens, like the babies and along the way. So some people give up along that way. But for you, you've chosen to keep the dreams alive. So how have you been able to do that?
Well, I must say it has been a struggle. It's not been an easy road. I must testify.
How many kids do you have?
I have 3 children, 10 years, 5 years, and 3 years. Yeah. So the question you asked about how do I keep my dreams alive? Well, I must say it hasn't been very easy. The first year of marriage, so many expectations from hubby and all. Time, you're told so many things that you're supposed to be leaving work at a certain time and then be home at a certain period of time. And you know, with businesses are very
Demanding.
Yeah, they're not only demanding, but they're also they don't have time frame. Business hours could even begin at 5 p.m. and go on until 7 or even 9 in the night.
Yeah.
So it was very difficult, I must confess. The biggest challenge I faced in the first year of marriage is being a good wife and a young mother as well, because we were starting to have children. Yeah, so I must say it hasn't been easy.
Yeah, I can imagine. So speaking about expectations, how do you keep up now? How do you keep up with your dreams? Say you visioned something earlier before the marriage, so how do you stay in?
Okay. So for the first year, as I said, it wasn't easy. The first, actually not only 1 year. When I say the first year, I mean the first years of marriage. It hasn't been easy at all. So I lost myself at some point trying to meet the expectations that he had of me and that I had also set from all the talks I had. You know, when you're getting married, you hear so much. You hear from parents, then you also hear from well-wishers generally, and then you want to be a good wife. You have not gone into marriage to just try. No, you're actually there to do your best. So you have things that you want. There are things goals that you have for your marriage. So my business suffered as a result of all those expectations. I lost out on my business. I started neglecting it, running away from it earlier than I should have. Then also not giving it enough time because I was trying to juggle wife duties and businesswoman duties without much guidance, I must say. So it wasn't easy for the first few years of marriage. So now when you ask about keeping up, how do I pick up from the loss?
Or maybe you can even first start with, how do you deal with expectations on your side, on his side, or as a couple, how do we deal with that?
Expectations. I think the years they mature you, the both of you, because it's a journey. I won't say that this is a formula for managing expectations. In all honesty, I don't think there is a formula for anything. Like when it comes to marriage, there are no formulas. The one formula I think that I have learned that in this whole thing is that everyone must know their person. You must know who the partner that you have. You must know them. You must know how to handle them, because once the two of you communicate, you get to know how to manage even the most difficult of situations, even those expectations which are not realistic, because not all expectations are realistic. I'll give you one for instance. My husband expected me to do his laundry, like with my own hands. He didn't want anyone else to do his laundry. For me, that is very unrealistic. I'm a working woman, and we can actually have people to do it. So we had to sit down, talk about it. It doesn't go down well immediately.
Yeah,
no,
true.
it doesn't.
It doesn't.
And that doesn't mean
Sometimes
that
can
you
seem
guys.
unsubmissive.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean that things, each time you guys talk
Yeah.
about things, they're going to go down the right kind of
Yeah,
way.
yeah.
No. But it doesn't make him bad.
doesn't.
So I think for me, it is time. Time, they say, is a healer,
Yeah.
and time also matures.
Yes.
So the more you relate, the more you keep on relating, it doesn't matter what kind of relation you have, whether you're bickering, whether you're all happy, all get to know that this my wife can't do, this is not my husband. So yeah, I must say that time is one of the best things that has helped me cope and understand that yeah, certain things might change and certain things might not. And then I'm also willing to change certain things about myself, but then there are those that I'm not willing to compromise on. Not saying that we sit all the time. Sometimes you take a random decision and you say, you know what, this is what I'm going for. I have told you time and time again, this is the kind of person that I want to be. So I am going to be that kind of person, whether you like it or not.
Like I said, time is a healer with expectations. But yet again, I know for a fact that you can't change the person. You can't. I've been married for also quite a number of years.
Yeah.
You can't change the person.
Yeah.
So maybe it's that decision usually for them, but you can't change the personality of the person. You either support them in that,
Yeah.
or I don't know. But it's usually better when you figure out this is my person now,
Yeah.
because this is for a lifetime. I need to love them in that journey,
Yeah.
such that you're all happy. Because we all come from different zones of lives and all that. So how do you emerge? Like you said, you used to like it when you stay home maybe, and your personality is more of a go-getter.
Yeah.
So how do you incorporate that?
Okay, one, I must say that before you get married, some of these things need to be aired out,
Yeah.
like proper, so that you guys can kind of find a balancing space, like you guys come to an agreement or a disagreement way earlier. But I think for my case and for some other people's cases, we got into marriage without discussing certain things like this, like work expectations, my dreams, his dreams. We didn't get so far.
Yeah.
And I would say, I think that's where I would say there was a mistake. We should have exhausted, like talked about all these things, manage our expectations before we get in it, so that we can know if I'm actually going to handle this, or whether he's actually going to like this or he's going to like that. Yeah. So
And
now,
also make life easier.
yeah, it does. So now that we are there, without having spoken these
Yeah.
things, we're not going to wake up and say, oh, now we are divorcing because you see we don't agree on certain things. Me, I'm a go-getter, I love business, I love doing this, and yet for him, this is the kind of woman he wants. He wants a lady who stays home and nurtures children. Yeah. Now, coming back to your question about upbringing. Yeah, so background really matters. For example, his mother is a very nurturing kind of woman. She stays home. She's not the kind who goes to an office or to a business to work. In my home, my mom would go to work. My dad would also go to work. And they would support each other. So this is my so-called normal.
Yeah.
I don't understand a woman who stays home and like sits and sleeps the entire day, and maybe yeah, nurturing, I think for him that is how it feels. But this is I saw another type of nurturing from my
parents.
And
that's what you mean about background.
Yeah, so backgrounds really matter. Yeah, but even with the kinds of backgrounds we've been in, I think we can choose. We can also choose to be. We can choose to put things together. Maybe you saw your mother staying home, and there are certain things that you don't think were right. Then you want them to be better. Yeah, there are things like that. Then also maybe you've also grown up with a mother who is a career woman, very driven and everything, and then you also feel like maybe you need to tone down a little bit in certain areas to be a better wife and a better mother. So each of us, we have things to work on. We all have things to work on. We have things to improve, things to make better. So that's how I think background really has played a huge. You expect your wife to stay home and nurture the children while you are the providing, because the father, ideally, the role of a father is a provider, protector. So they've grown up with this macho thing of I am a provider and I'm a protector. And then the women are the ones supposed to be home, nurturing children and making meals. So, but now the kind of society we live in does not give us that gap. Things are running at a pace we don't even understand things anymore. The bills we have today, our parents didn't have this kind. Our grandparents. I'm not going to talk about our parents because I know they did really a lot, but our grandparents didn't have the same kind of environment. Things are faster. We have cars to fuel, and you know the current prices of fuel. We have Pampers, for example. Milk itself is a huge cost. Power bills are crazy. Things are crazy. So one income in this kind of society, today's kind of society, it's not sustainable. It's also sustainable for our homes. So how do you get back on course is the question. For myself, in my case, I'll say just remember what your dreams are. Are you still passionate about them?
Does it need me to write them down? To still remember them, to write down and do.
If it necessitates you to write them down, well, write them down. If it really helps you. I'm not the kind who notes down things and all. So for me, it is a passion. It's a wake up call. Yeah. So one of the ways we can actually get back on track. One, I think we all need time to recover from everything. We need time to recover from the expectations. We need time to recover from. There is so much we all know. Giving birth, children, growing. If you need time, I suggest you take that time off. It's very important for you to take that time off. Why do we take off time? We need to. It's recuperating. It's some sort of therapy. It helps you recover. Like everything, as I said from the beginning, time is a healer of all wounds. So even with this, you need time, you recover, you reset. Your mind is gets back on track. Take that time off. That is exactly what I did. I took 1 year off from everything. I took 1 year off from business, stayed home and reset my mind. So when I came back, I was fresher, I was stronger, I was ready, and I was ready to conquer. And so you have given yourself enough time to recover from all the wounds. It doesn't mean that there are no new wounds, but at least now you can deal. You have, the old ones are healing or they've healed, so you can set new targets. And then when you're facing new challenges, at least you know how to handle them better. So I must say, for me, that was one of the first steps I took. I gave myself time to recover from everything.
I remember before you were doing something else. So now how do you find this new love?
There is nothing I would call new love in all the businesses that I have. These have all been my passions, but probably, yes, I'd say this, I'm very creative. I love doing things with my mind, with my hands. I am not the kind who sits, I can't handle an office job, that's not for me. But I really salute women who do. I don't even understand what they'd be doing in papers, but that's not my calling. Mine, I love to use my mind, I love to use my hands. Creativity is basically my thing. So the first one that came after the clothes business was the wedding decor. So after my wedding, I started off immediately. I remember I was like, oh, I can actually do this, because I was in the process of making my own wedding decor. So I'm like, okay, I need to start. I need to do something. I feel like this, it has always been there. It's not something that is a newfound love.
Bye friends, see you next time. This show is sponsored by Priscilla Fashions. We deal in nice clothing for females and also a storyline. But also today we have your store.
It's called Tees and Boys.
Yeah, yes. One word to the singles.
Learn each other.
For marriage. Okay, bye.